Did you know that according to the website PC Games, developers Team Cherry, the creators of the game Hollow Knight, announced that Hollow Knight had sold over 1 million copies on PC alone in 2018, nonetheless, just a year after the game's release? Hello everyone, my name is Ashanty, and I'm here to persuade you to purchase and play the game Hollow Knight. Now I've been playing the game Hollow Knight for many years. It's only been 3, but you know, that's still a lot. And it's become among one of my favorite games due to its story, enjoyable gameplay, and stunning visuals. I've defeated the main game as well as the countless challenges the game has to offer, and I've also defeated all 47 bosses found within the game. Overall, I've had an enjoyable experience playing Hollow Knight and pouring in over 200 hours into this game in attempts to defeat all it has to offer. During this speech, I will be telling you 3 main reasons why you should buy and play the game Hollow Knight, and that's because of its overall gameplay, its immersive atmosphere, and its price range. So you guys are probably just wondering, what is Hollow Knight? What is this game? Well, Hollow Knight is an adventure platformer game where you play as a little tiny bug knight. That's the bug knight right there, and then that's the bug knight right there. The game takes place in the kingdom of Hollownest, where an infection has plagued the bugs living there, causing them to become lifeless husks of what they once were. In the game, you're equipped with a nail, and it's basically a sword, but they say nail because they're bugs. You know, I thought that was pretty clever. And your job is to basically find a way to stop the plague from spreading any further. With that being said, let's go on to the first reason why you should play Hollow Knight, and that's because of its overall gameplay. Now, Hollow Knight, unlike a lot of other games, you can't get through the game with sheer luck alone. You can't just spam the same button, the combat button, in order to just defeat enemies. You actually have to be tactical and strategize what times to attack, heal, and dodge in order to defeat enemies, because they have a wide range of abilities that will absolutely destroy you if you're not tactical about it, if you don't strategize. Now, it can be said that the game is just too difficult. That's often a criticism of this game, that it's just way too hard. You can change this slide now. However, I would say, I argue against that. It can be argued that the game is too hard. However, I just think the people who think that are a bunch of scrubs. No, I'm just kidding. That's a valid argument, actually, to have. The game is actually pretty hard in several instances. Because of the difficulty of the game, you can often find yourself going through trial and error in order to overcome certain obstacles, and that can make the game seem tedious and frustrating. However, I argue that the difficult nature of Hollow Knight is what makes the game fun in the first place. Having the capability to figure out your own methods and strategy in order to overcome obstacles, as well as put in the work to defeat challenging enemies that in turn help boost up your skill level, are what make the challenging aspects of Hollow Knight worth it. Oftentimes, if a game is too easy, then it's not as enjoyable because you're not really putting in a lot of effort to get to where you are. The difficult nature of Hollow Knight is what allows players to basically become proud of what they've accomplished during their adventures. It's what allows players to yell with joy and honor whenever they finally complete something that they've been struggling with for such a long time. On to the second reason why you should play the game Hollow Knight, and that is because of its immersive atmosphere. Yeah, you can choose. Hollow Knight has stunning visual and sound design that keeps you immersed and engaged with the game. It also changes the player's mood depending on which area you're in. For instance, whether you're in the lush green path, where the ambiance of water streams help you feel at peace, where the drizzle of water droplets falling into the grassy terrain help fill you with life, where you witness floating spores that help give light to the misty air. Go to the next one. Or whether you're in the crystal peaks, where the glistening crystals accompanied by the sound of machinery let you have an idea of the mines the once conscious citizens of Hollow Nest used to work in, where subtle shifts in the music pick up as you parkour your way past sharp crystals and enemies, causing you to hear your own heart pounding at the thought of making any wrong moves. Hollow Knight does a great job setting up an amazing atmosphere using both aesthetics and lovely sound design that both work together to provide this game with the immersion that leaves players wanting more. And for my last point, you can switch. Oh wait, sorry. Now another criticism of the game having to do with the environment is that some places are just disgusting. Some of the enemies are just atrocious. And you know what, I can agree with that. There are some places that actually really freak me out in this game, and I still have nightmares about them. But, however, that being said, I'd argue that places and enemies just as disgusting as these things are, like look at them, they're like literally maggots, actually make the game even more interesting, and they still add on to the immersive appeal of the game. I mean, I'm sure that, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure if you guys see these things like running at you, you're probably never going to forget what they do in the game, and you're probably never going to forget what they look like, even in your dreams. The thing is that these are a shock factor that stick with you. They create moments that, even though disgust you, intrigue you to keep on digging into the game even further. And for my last point, the last reason why you should purchase and play the game Hollow Knight is because of its price. Now, because other platformers such as Mario and Kirby, these games, they cost about $40 to $60 on average. Hollow Knight is less than half of that, pricing in at $15. $15 for loads of content, hours of content, along with the points I've established before about it having an immersive appeal and it having just great gameplay in general. For just $15 makes this game an absolute steal, and it makes this game well worth its already low price. Oh yes. Even if you see reviews, they're overwhelmingly positive. For instance, according to a Steam user by the name of Monaria, who purchased this game on Steam, they describe Hollow Knight as an amazing experience, difficult when you want it to be, with smooth movements and combat. There are many things to do in the game, and it has a fascinating story. All of that for $15. Or if we look to the website PC Gamer, not to be confused with PC Games like I said in the beginning, that website is known for reviewing countless video games. That website basically states that what makes Hollow Knight stand out above all else is how expansive and detailed the subterranean kingdom of Hollow Nest is. It goes on to explain that the uniquely themed areas interlock with a consistent logic that only reveals itself after exploration. With all that being said, hopefully I've persuaded you guys to purchase and play the game Hollow Knight because of its overall gameplay, immersive atmosphere, and price range. Now, I want you guys to just go out to any store, a Walmart or a Target, or even the online store found on several consoles, because this game is on several consoles. You can find it on PC, Xbox, PS4, Switch, and purchase a copy of this game, smack some bugs around, and enjoy what this amazing game has to offer. Thank you and have a great day.